So there are dualies already in the hands of Izza.
Love to see it. PT50 on Gabby as well. Pistol rounds look pretty good for W7M. And 3 starts strong towards ramp for Furia. There is a player just already under Palace for W7M, but this is going to be a quick one. A split up towards Connector, and Izza is leading the charge with the dualies.
Cowgirl charging in. Yeehaw! Removes Samus, looking for more. Not going to be finding it though. Olga is. And that's already the side taken. Olga. USP doesn't need 2 guns to be a cowgirl. Just right on in. Remove their heads. Looking to fight one more. Juliana in towards Market. It's a bit awkward. But she's now alone, and there it is. Olga, 3 in the round. Furia get their first pistol in this series.
Yeah, I was going to say, just before we got into the game, okay, W7M need to start strong. We know they can do it with the pistol, and then the conversions on the forced buy, and then the eco afterwards. They've been good for it normally. This time, Furia just tipped the scales back in their favor immediately. Pistol round converted. Instant window smoke, not quite, but it has been deployed already. And it's just the USPs for W7M. So they're going to eco try and bring the rifles out as early as they possibly can. And 4 players looking to be flashed out in towards middle. This is going to be quick.
It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. They swing out with the USPs, and Olga and Izza are there to greet them. 2 kills apiece. The star fraggers from Mirage, Dust 2 are continuing on Mirage. The car did find the final kill. But that one goes about as expected. The flash, ineffective. Furia holding for it, sitting back, not caught out.
Flawless so far for Furia. No casualties. No deaths at all across the board. Could be a change coming, though, because W7M have got the rifles. Quick control up towards middle. We're going to see this a lot from Furia. It's similar to Dust 2 in the fact that mid will be heavily contested. A pod smoking towards window. Another flash, but Gabby is just holding the spray. Fully blind. Eugenia will actually trade out her teammate. And there's a player trying to get aggressive on short as well.
Yeah, all removed. In a matter of instance, the lurk player out towards Palace gets disposed of. Just Mary and Carr left. Furious aggression met head on. W7M are the ones that come out ahead once the rifles come out to play, and Carr's even going to get caught out by a well-timed reposition. And a fantastic gun round from W7M, only losing 1 player.
Yeah, really good. The thing is, it has to be consistent. Look at the money for Furia. That was a bit more of a bonus. They can now reinvest in and get all of the AKs. And this is the real test. For W7M, if they win this round and they do it as well in a semi-flawless manner, losing 2 players, it doesn't matter too much. But sometimes on those rounds on Dust 2, it did get incredibly close when they were winning out the rounds regardless. On the CT side, that economy is a little bit more frail. Battle in towards middle. We've seen it. And Olga, what a shot. Olga removed.
Oh my lord, Olga. That was brutal. Fast and furious. Not afraid of the flames. Not afraid of the players on the other side. Brunikiller also brought down low. In towards Connector. Hit through the smoke, I believe. Furia do have 4 players that have been tagged in this fray, which we would normally highlight as making the M4s effective. And there is an M4 and a FAMAS. They are a little bit better, and Eugenia's got a good position here, this off angle. Gonna get smoked, and she's actually gonna fall back, decides not to fight it. Oh, Olga and Izza chime in for 2 on the site, and that might be all she wrote.
I was going to say, look at that mid-round from W7M. Even got the reads that Furia were relocating towards this A bomb site, but I guess it doesn't matter when the kills come in a matter of moments. Despite being tagged up, Furia strong-arm their way in towards the A bomb site. They completely overwhelmed W7M. Now just looking to hold on to the AK and the FAMAS. As the economy, well, it's in dire straits. Furia bounced back immediately. No consecutive rounds to be formed for W7M.
I wonder if that decision from Olga just to go for that rather aggressive peek from top mid was just knowing that an AWP probably isn't in play based on the rifles recovered, the way the economy was, knowing that there's not going to be a sniper on the other side, and so there's going to be a rifle v rifle duel. Because that was a very bold decision, just a wide swing onto mid there. Opens up the account. And they just did that great wrap onto the A side.
Still got money in the tank. Yedinia, uncontested AWP because Furia has still got the rifles. Quick flurry of grenades in towards connector. Puts Boko and Bruna Killer on notice. And off the back of just deploying it, they're just going to set Olga up for success. 7-1 right now. Looking to continue her heroics from Dust 2. And Gabby's just going to be deployed as this Palace Flex. Try and find some impact later on.
Bomb still in towards T's spawn. Throwing some supportive utility. Furia are very spread. They're looking for an opening. They're looking to find a player that gives up an opener so they can work their way into this round and exploit those gaps. And we're throwing out the smokes now to allow mid control to be more thoroughly established. This AWP is in play though. Eugenia, we saw a few good moments from her. Particularly that 3K on Cat on Dust 2. Has to come up big here now that she has her hands on that one. And it's uncontested, but Olga, the smoke fade comes through, finds that opener, finds that way in. And the AWP gets the tag, but she has to fall off. Samus on the site gets one kill. But Olga's aggressing through, 2 defenders in towards CT, and they're even forced to drop their own smoke. Just to slow things down. A boost coming through, though. This could catch them off guard.
Oh, this mantle's probably the worst opportunity, but it does cancel the plant. 15 seconds. Furia need to get that bomb down. It will come in now, and Olga is just completely penning them in. Sammy's is still remaining, though, will trade out. 3 versus 3. Retake still possible.
There's an AWP in the mix, though, which makes it more difficult. Not a lot of utility, in fact. One more player removed. Juliana is there for the trade, and both these players are low. 25 HP and 33, and they're doubled up. Going to be both playing towards ramp. Gabby's actually setting up utility for Car to take the fight. The flashbang, it's perfect. Car was half blind, but doesn't matter. Still hits the head. Eugenia left alone in this clutch. Or doesn't matter if they're low HP. Hits the shot into Gabby. And the second one, it's quick, but it's not enough. There's just not enough time. And that decision to get the kit might even be to her detriment. She's going to just get out alive.
Unlucky, unfortunate. Unfortunately, the timing was just not there. Furia does enough, even sets up Car to go aggressive, just to half the deficit. But it was actually a really good bid round from Furia. They take mid control, then they wait, and then they re-execute the position, dropping the smokes, even the Molotovs, to make sure that the connector control can't be impeded. Really nice decision making. It catches W7M off. Yedinia will save the AWP. We did just see that. But the rest of the gang are only armed with the Deagles. Not ideal, but it's early Palace control being taken by the CTs.
Down is going to spot this player as well. Furia firmly establishing presence everywhere except where the AWP is at the moment. Bomb going in towards the B site. Our 2 players doubled up, in fact, and they're going to be boosting up onto balcony 2. A bait and switch setup. Juliana tucked in while Boko sits in, but they actually forced out by the Molotov. Bruna Killer does get a kill. Mary was brought low because of that PG-50 that was forced into the duel. Furia slow things down. Don't want to overcommit. Oh, Gabby. That's cruel and unusual.
Really good luck. Oh, Car. She's turned away. Probably the worst possible moment. Never mind. Turns back in and takes 2. Sammy's is all that's left alive. Really nice idea by Furia. Wanted to split towards B this time after conditioning W7M over towards the A side of the map. And as soon as they think it's completely quiet, Gabby just slinks her way out towards ramp and removes the AWP. High ticket item completely relinquished, even in her hands. It's very cruel, as you say, but it's perfect for Furia, who will look dominant on this T side.
This is the fear. The fear that Furious strike in you on Mirage. W7M going to be having nightmares that they've been queuing Face It. Late hours. Minus Mirage going to be top of their conversation if this continues. And there's another ult come back out. Eugenia doesn't have armor behind it though. Didn't have enough, instead got utility, so it's well protected. Yeah?
Yeah, I was going to say that she could afford armor, but she couldn't. She was $50 short.
Quick maths.
Yeah. Fails
Your
me.
strong suit.
No. Interested to see what the rest of the investment will look like. Veronica is thinking about getting a gun. But yeah, pause being called. Everyone's just standing still. We swapped player cams. It looks to be a little bit of a technical one. So hopefully we can get that resolved and just get straight back into the action as soon as possible. And for Furia, they want this to end probably rather quickly because they're currently running head first, completely over W7M.
Seeing in the dark. Can't be good for your eyes. Sometimes we see the Furia girls all playing together. I think probably just because the season is 6 weeks. Rather do it comfortably if you're home. But I imagine as the playoffs approach, provided they are successful in their group, we'll probably see them all at the Furia facilities. Definitely something that's a strong advantage for these teams now. They've got this organization backing. We saw Navi have all been boot camping together, playing together. Definitely adds an extra element. Well, certainly seemed to help them earlier.
I think Astralis are as well. At least from the introduction videos and the interviews, they said that they were. But I'm not sure if that's continued now. But regardless, yeah, you're right. It didn't quite help them in that matchup against Navi. Nevertheless, we're back into the thick of things here on Mirage. Technical crisis averted. Juliana trying to set up Yedinia for success towards B, but it's actually the AWP on the other side. Gabby with the opening pick and gives it straight back to Car.
Mirage, one of those maps that is a little bit spawn-based. Furia found 2 openers. AWP onto the pick in connector. Murray just jiggles the angle in towards ramp. Finding one of her own. A couple of rotations have come over to CT, so they can fight this. They have utility to work with. Eugenia is holding from short as well. Although she's a little bit worried because she doesn't have that armor and Car. Ooh, spots the jiggle. Double scopes in. Kara and Ulpa, that when you watch, you'll actually tend to prefer the single scope. Or only double scope when there's sort of smokes and things to be looking around, or in the case of jiggles. It's always interesting watching different AWPing styles. This is going to be a save. That's why I'm talking about AWPing. Because, you know, when you are double scoped, it can tunnel your vision, so to speak. It's literally a tunnel. Not literally. Figuratively a tunnel.
It hurts your wrist more as well if you need to flick further. Depends on what sensitivity you play on. Oh, Izza nearly catching the tip top of the head, but Juliana, well, she's being peppered down. Even going to be hunted, removed. Although that is a trade, it's still keeping the economy in a little bit of disarray for W7M. That's a rebuy they didn't really want to invest back into.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. One player is going to be left wanting. Likely we're going to see a couple of FAMASas into the follow-up. So they are definitely going to want to invest into this one because they have the AWP. Yeah, there it is. FAMASA and MP9.
Ouch. Not ideal.
Strong lean towards B. 3 CTs on this side of the map. Whereas Furia, they are indicating mid as their presence.
They are. Oh, Bruna Killer's just been spotted out on the cusp of the smoke. How unfortunate is that? And Boko can't move a muscle because that AWP is primed and ready on the angle towards short. Even Izza's holding just on the headshot angle, manages to jump away at the very least. Good grenade. Car brought down to about half.
Not bad, but it's no kill. That's what they're desperate for here. Furia consistently finding these openers. Rotations have come through, so they do have a defender close in jungle and 2 towards CT. Furia still haven't committed. Flashing in Izza to check out the B-bomb site. See if that one's clear. Smoking towards ramp actually blocks off 2 of these T's as well. So it's good. Response from W7M. Olga gets baited in. Boko catches her off guard as she goes for that wide swing. But Izza, well, Eugenia, that one hurts.
Oh. But Sammy's with an answer towards A, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things because that bomb's been dropped onto the site and planted over towards B instead. Juliana's on the quickest point of contact. However, she is only armed with that MP9 as we previously stated. Is W7M going to look to go for this? Quite nice movement, trying to get in towards short. Probably not, though. HP a little bit lower, maybe send in the SMG. Just to kind of see what you can get done. 3 versus 3, timer ticking down low. Furia just aren't really revealing their positions at all.
Yeah, and Mary is impossible to clear here. Boko is going to find a couple, but there's no time. Mary now reveals herself into the kill cam, bullets into the dead body. W7M's economy with the loss bonus could allow a purchase, but probably just want to keep enough for a full buy into the next, so it'll be a bit lighter. That's the second time we've seen Eugenia get caught off in these kind of deep positions where she's holding a specific line. That's Fury just being so thorough on those clears.
Look at this. Aggressive stance trying to be taken in towards ramp for W7M. Fury have actually started 4 players here, even holding for this aggression. Expected to potentially be cleared with a flashbang. But this could get interesting. Fury, it looks like they want to go towards A, lining up the smokes as well. Have to be careful here because there are players in close proximity.
Yeah, MP9 swings out but can't quite get the kills. Marry 2 quick ones. Boko is here with the deagle, but it has to be perfect, and Izza is there. Olga gets one of her own. Juliana, it's a 5-7. And that's it. All the teammates, yeah, sleeping with the fishes. In your fish tank, Brandon.
Got no fish in there at the moment.
No dead bodies either, I hope.
No. Thanks for that. Not quite. Juliana just trying to get one on the way out, potentially upgrade herself to an AK. It's a little bit rough. It's a bit difficult to kind of escape out of here alive, especially when Mary is hounding down your position. 3 kills for her. Really well played.
Yeah, I like the idea. Mary looking very quick and warmed up, though. W7M, that lost bonus ticking along nicely, gives them another opportunity here. But they are slipping away. I mean, it was a 12-3 half on Dust 2 that they were able to almost recover. Oh, that one's awkward. Good movement to get across, but Olga a little bit quicker as she's landing. Not quite able to get the quick scope up to be able to hit it. Olga's not stopping. Looking for more. Mirage is her domain. And you know, I'd be content just to watch Olga the entire game on this map because she is always finding the openings. It's another kill, and she's just going to continue moving, holding shift and W and left-clicking their heads.
That's so rough for Juliana as well. Trying to be a bit tricky with it. Oh, my goodness me. What can you do against that? Nothing really. You've got Olga already in your spawn. You've got Juliana trying to get a little bit aggressive through that apartment smoke, but guess what? There's 3 Furia players there for the first time this entire half. So that one's a little bit unfortunate. And then suddenly, you just get one tapped out the air. Not ideal.
The scary thing about the squad, there's no weak point. It's much like Nima Galaxy in that respect. It's always some threat you have to be looking out for. It's actually impressive just how dominant the riflers are of Furia. I think they're a team that definitely is that Isla Olga kind of double prong attack. And Car just ticks along, always getting the kills. We get to see some flashy stuff from her. She's not needed to be sort of fragging out on the scale of like an Anna or a Viku, for instance.
No.
That's a sign of a well-rounded roster.
Yeah, it's just the fact that she is so consistent as well. It's not like, I don't think I've really seen a series that I can really recall where Kara's underperformed or has not been up there with the rest of her squad, right? I mean, 7-3 right now. I can remember her getting a couple of opening kills, but for the most part, she's just been chugging along, as you quite rightly say. Aggression in towards middle, however. Bokor completely blinded, in fact, by her team, but Brunakiller with the hand cannon removes Olga. That's one piece of the puzzle for W7M. 3 versus 3, and Gabby, well, she's suddenly in their faces. Sammy's got something to say, though. Dinks down Kara a little bit. Maybe we're going to need to have that AWP tick on over, but Mary from the connector will secure. Luliana, once again, just left alone with a 5-7.
Yes, it's the plight at the Bianca. Team goes down on the A site, and you're kind of left clutching your hands. 5-7 in this case. Still potential here. Could catch this timing onto Mary. And, oh, smoke gets deployed. Gonna swing out. Can't quite get either. Mary gets brought down low. It was a good attempt. It will be Furia in it. Well, I like the idea to go for this aggression mid, and it pays off. They get the 2 danger women out, right? Is there an Olga get removed in that fray?
Yeah, it was cool to change up the pace for W7M because you've constantly had Furia time and time again just in your spawn in 30 seconds. And that's off the back of not really contesting mid that aggressively. You look in towards connector every now and then, but where you've been punished in the earlier stages of the game, W7M quite reluctant to contest unless it's on the weaponry that they don't really care about. You throw caution to the wind with the SMGs, but it actually pays dividends. In this round, back out again with the rifles, and Yedinia has actually found the opener towards Car.
Okay, that's a change up and necessary one. Even damage done onto Mari as well. The engagement, in fact, comes out ahead for Juliana, that anchor position. She's doing her job there. Catches the lurk off. Now we have a 2-player advantage for Furia, not a position, for W7M, not a position they've found themselves in this series very often. Olga and Isla are alive, at least for the time being. Oh, that's punishing. Bokor, it looked like she had the opportunity, but Olga 180s. Removes her head, putting it now just back into this 1-player advantage, and Isra is looking to fight as well. Gonna catch off Brunakiller. These players are potent. Feels like they cannot miss a shot. The AWP does chime in for one in response.
That's the bomb dropped as well. Yedinia so worried about this CT flank that isn't there. In fact, she's going to come with Sammy's and try to clear this all out. And whilst doing that, that's left the space completely open for Furia to exploit this weakness. A bomb site open for business off the back of W7M being so paranoid about a flank.
Don't even have a player in towards jungle either, and they're still wary about pushing through there. They know how advanced Furia like to get in these post plants. Now they're going to push through. Juliana making her way over. Good flash. Blinds Eugenia. This is an important duel here. Samus finds Isla. It's all out to Gabby in the 1 versus 3. Tucked in. Bit of an open position here. Has to come up good with the kills. That's the first on the Samus. Repositioning as well. Catches out Eugenia. Gabby gonna pull off an incredible clutch here, but no, Juliana comes through at the tail end and has the kit to get the defuse.
That's costly, though, from W7M. As soon as Gabby gets the second kill, you just think, okay, well, this one's won. W7M, it's consistent individual gunfights being given up. When Sammy gets this kill towards Izza, you start believing. Unfortunately, they were able to close it out, but it's just individual gunfight after individual gunfight. And Furia have proved that they're better mechanically in the server. That's a real rookie mistake, and that's what has really been costing W7M.
They'll take the round, though. Need quite a few more of them. That's only their second here on Mirage. I mean, we talk about 6 being a good scoreline on the T side. On the CT side, the most they can muster is 5 at this point. And even that, given the trajectory, looks unlikely. For once, Furia haven't found an early kill. In fact, they're playing a little bit slower. A bit of a presence toward B apps, but mid has not been taken. They haven't got any presence in towards upper mid, which Olga has been pushing pretty much every single round. Instead, they're regrouping back towards A after they showed all that presence to B.
This top con smoke has been a staple of Furia's T side. Just completely locking off W7M from each other. Is even thinking about going through it. Bruna Killer has to be on notice. Car to peek in towards Ticket. Spots out Sammy's at the very least. That's a good find. Bruna Killer finds the kill over towards Connector. And that means she can focus her attention solely on ramp. And that's where Furia are really just pouring in.
Pass found Samus though. And Olga pushing through. Bruna Killer, another fantastic kill. Is traded out, but Mary was brought low in the process. And Eugenia Killer getting a little bit eager there, pushing through. Mary was holding it though, and that low HP does not matter. Finds the kill. Now they have the player advantage. 2 versus 3 in the retake. That's the last bit of utility expended. They do both have kits, but they have to find the kills. Gabby, no reason for her to peek. Both players in towards ramp otherwise. The bomb is out in the open, now half ticked. Time running out here for W7M, and they know it. Can't even attempt this.
No, nothing being offered up. You take a look at the economy as well, where these rounds have come in close. For W7M, the rounds that they won in the prior, only having one member staying alive. In this one, they can still drop. Ileana and Bokor can drop M4s, so they can buy around it. But no utility was ultimately their downfall there. Just a couple of flashes for W7M, and Furia just completely overwhelmed the bomb site with numbers.
Yeah, and I think all that presence they put in towards B was a big part of that. Furia drew out a lot of that utility early on, and in real change up to how they've been playing so far, they go silent. They reposition towards A, and that counter utility isn't there for W7M when the hit does come through. They've expended it all. So great change up from Furia. As soon as they lose that round, they respond with a completely different script, and it catches W7 off guard. In this round, they have taken that top mid control, but they're not over-egging it. Slowing down. Throwing some utility out. Taking the time with this one.
Molly. Oh, just offsets Bruna Killer at the last moment. Olga doing the damage. 2 incredible entry kills. And that's creating the pathway straight in. Juliana gets cleared but wins out the gunfight. And now she can just run away into apartments. Although this bomb site has been given up, it means that she stays alive for the retake.
There is a player flanking her quickly, but it doesn't matter. Gabby gets found, and now Juliana becomes so potent. But it doesn't matter if all her teammates go down. Olga has found Eugenia. Samus gets removed as well. Olga on for the ace at the moment, 4 in the round. Knows where this 5th player is, but Izza is going to be the one to find it. Fantastic round from Olga. Those entries were superb.
Yeah, really well played. And I like the setup from W7M to start with. They have 2 players in connectors to try and contend with middle, but it's the utility of Furia that is ultimately the CT's undoing. Bruna Killer trying to stay alive in the molly, and as soon as she moves, gets plucked cleanly out of the sky. Olga with the quadra, Furia with 12, looking to go quick towards A to end things out here in the first half.
Could be a repeat of what we saw. It could be even more painful. Gabby finds the opener onto Samus. Even wary of a second player and is good for it. Everyone on Furia chiming in this series. Eugenia maybe had the timing kill there, but flicks down, doesn't hit the shot. Olga a little wary about planting. And throwing out some utility before she decides to commit. Now she's going to go for it. Teammates can provide cover. Eugenia is looking to poke and prod at it, but she has been burnt out and now repositioned with the AWP. Is holding the line. Gabby removes Juliana, and now it's just Bokor left. Found one in the round, but there's 4 more players. We're all honed in on her position. Izza gonna be fighting her, but it's Olga. Well, welcome back everybody here to the second half of the second map between Furia and W7M Esports. That scoreline, it's not a typo. It is Furia on a dominant run on their favorite map here of Mirage. W7M doesn't feel like they have that much to really be working into it, but we'll see. Gonna be fragging straight onto the map here, but no, Mary coming in for kills. Samus does get one in response, but she is being hunted. Bokor finds her, so this is an opportunity here. Samus has found another. A 2 versus 2 and a chance for W7M.
Yeah, but look at these repositions. Furia already in the perfect positions to try and counter this doubling up. Sammy's trying to contend with just 2 of them. Bokor trying to swing over, but look at that. The kills come in a matter of moments, and Furia just completely extend their advantage. That's both pistols, while on Mirage as well.
You can see why they picked into this map. They feel incredibly confident on it, and well, I mean, in this 2 versus 2, there was more guns in the hands of the CTs. Is it with the dualies? She's rocked that on both sides of the server. I love that we're seeing the dualies come back into fashion. Pretty much see them in every pistol round these days.
Oh, they are cheaper. I can't use them. I don't know. I just feel like the bullets go everywhere, except where I'm aiming. Well, maybe it's a skill difference. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's maybe you needing to sit down when you shoot, perhaps. Crouch. Car going to be swinging out with the MP9. Gets one. Olga, well, actually gets 2. They're farming them up here in towards mid. Eco. What's an eco? It's a decision, because it means they've now got 13 map points to work against.
Yeah. Pretty dominant. Simple stuff in towards middle as well. SMG just farming up the cash against the unarmored opponents. W7M, this gun round has to be pretty good. And the ones after that, well, they've got to be even better. Just going to be the AKs and a couple of Galils in the mix. But for Furia, it's just going to be that bonus round straight out towards middle. A W7M, and at least they extinguish the Molotov.
Hey, and they find a double. Juliana removes Car and Izza early on. You said this round had to be pretty good. And that's a pretty good start. 2 players removed. Izza, one of the big fragging arms. The left arm of this right arm dominant squad. Olga being the right arm. Gabby gets a kill though. She is the left leg. Maybe the right leg. Mary's the left leg. I'm not sure where this analogy's going.
No, me neither.
But I'll tell you what, Gabby, she's going to the grave. Samus is already on the site and found her. And that's the opening in towards B. Olga rotating over. Getting ready to give them the right hook. She jumps through, swinging out to the right. There is Samus, finds her, the MP9, getting close and personal. And she is not stopping holding W, jumping up to do the damage.